Yes.
Interesting.
Okay, I think it's streaming now. So just a real quick recap because we had some system issues there for a second. The groups have finally come together. A stranger has befallen upon them, and they just slammed open a door that had a bunch of water behind it, and the water is spilt out amongst them. And I'll go ahead and quickly open the doors for you so you can see beyond.
Yeah, it's
Great.
working now, by the way.
The room that you see ahead of you seems to be kind of hollowed out, nothing to it, and looks like it's at a very strange angle.
I can't see the map.
Great. Hold on a second.
Me
How
neither.
about now?
Still nothing.
Technical difficulties and goofiness. Okay, hold on.
I can see.
Yeah, no, you can see. That's fine. The coolest of kids is Shaft.
There we go.
Yep, I know how I fixed it. Okay.
I can see everyone now.
Yep, and now I have to fix the cameras because Chad turned his camera off for some reason. Okay.
Because I was moving things around.
Everything feels right now. Okay, great. I'm gonna let you guys do what you like, but like I said, the room beyond looks like it's at an odd angle. The floor seems to be kind of divoted towards you, so kind of at a slant towards the ground there. Not a very high, steep slant, maybe about 10-degree rise. And yeah, it's at a very strange angle as well.
Are the walls also angled? So
No,
basically, like the wall and the floor meet at like a 90 degree, or does it
no.
look like the floor is like shaped and sculpted?
Even weirder. It looks like the walls are warped and kind of buckle at the bottom. So they kind of look like they're kind of high and like they might be at the right shape at the bottom, and they kind of warp down like sediment or something has been pushing the walls inwards at the base. Alom and Fi start talking to each other in elvish whispers.
Is there any check that I can make to try and figure out what could be causing that?
You can go ahead and make a survival check or a nature check.
12.
Not sure. Water, probably. If you enter into the chamber, you will note that the floors kind of shifted a bit, and to the left as you enter in, so to the right of the map, you'll see that there's another door. It too is swollen, but it looks like it's bowing outwards, like it'd be there was pressure being put on it from inside of this room.
Can I towards Merrick just be like, who are you? Like, when did you show up?
I've been on the lakeside for a couple of days. I saw your party arrive and waited for an opportunity to join you.
Why do you want to join us?
I want to clear this temple of the stuff that is baiting it. That and the goblins in the nearby wood.
I just side eye him.
Sounds like our ideals align.
Potentially. At the very least for the moment.
Proved useful with this door. Let's see how useful you are in other circumstances.
You see another door. This one doesn't look like it's going to be harder to break open. You'll be pulling it inwards, but it looks like it's swollen in a way that would halt you from trying to progress on the other side of it.
Can I try and open it?
Yeah, you managed to pull it open with a little bit of force. On the other side is a very narrow chamber, it too in a very strange kind of warped pattern, but not as distended as the room you're exiting. The room that you're exiting As you're kind of looking around it and kind of keeping an eye on the ground and such, you see what look like the remnants of rotted away wood, like little bits of like sod kind of in the corners and inside of the lining of the stone on the ground. If there was anything in this chamber, it's long since rotted away. When you enter into this next small chamber, in the back corner to the north of the map, um, it does look like there's a small recess inside of the stone, and sitting out on that recess is a ring of keys. This ring of keys appears to have a total of 6 keys, and these look like very common, normal, generic keys, not very similar to the key that Pleasant has found.
Marek will pick them up and then hand them to Leon.
What does the keyhole look like in the wall?
Well, there's no keyhole in the wall; it's just a key ring. Like it's sitting on a
Oh,
little like
my bad.
shelf. Yeah.
These might prove useful. What's this door look like, John?
This door looks normal. Looks completely normal, and it looks like it has a lock with a key.
No way.
Crazy, right? It does not look like a
Does it
weird
look like a
three-toothed key. It looks like a generic keyhole.
Some would say a key that would fit with those key rings.
Perhaps. If you want to try them, you can. Certainly. Not a problem. Is that what you'd like
I
to do?
will. Yes.
Okay. Leon, the very first key you pick up and put into there, you put it in and turn the key. The lock unlocks, and the key dissolves in your hand, removing it from the ring. You now have 5 rings on the key ring.
Ooh,
The door is
interesting.
unlocked. Beyond,
It opens.
to a much larger kind of feeling chamber. To the left, there looks like there's kind of a small cul-de-sac leading to another one of those small shrines. Sitting on that shrine is a feather, just laying to itself. And then towards the center of this chamber that you're coming into, there appear to be large shelves that rise up to the roof, or the ceiling rather, and there are a bunch of boxes laid out and about. Compared to the room you just exited and the room that you first went into, this room is completely dry. Doesn't feel like there's very much moisture at all, except for the moisture you've brought in with you and the moisture that's slowly progressing into this chamber from behind you. There's a feather, like I said, sitting out. It looks like an eagle's feather.
All right, I want to. This is very off-putting, so I'm just going to go ahead and spend a first level spell to cast Detect Magic.
Sure. The key ring glows. The door that you just opened does not anymore, but it does seem to have lingering magic. And the feather glows.
Can I grab the feather?
Yep, and you watch the glowing feather go into her pocket.
You really should have let me. Okay, that's fine. You can have the feather, but we should have checked for traps first. There's something off about this.
But
Yeah,
feather.
can Marek be going ahead and just checking for traps?
Yeah. My cat's being really cute. So, where is ahead for you? So, okay. Trap-wise, and you're just kind of passively perceiving, there's not much of anything. But there are shelves on the wall to the north of you there. There's a shelf to the wall on the north other side, and there's the main shelves in the center. There's lots of crates and barrels kind of set out and about. Everything looks like it's tidily sealed with a layer of dust atop it. There's a bunch of stuff on these shelves, all sorts of different types of tools. If you can think of a toolkit, you can probably compile a set of those tools, kid, from the tools that are on these shelves. That would include a thieves' tool set.
Yeah, I'm going to collect a thieves' tool set.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, once we make sure there's no more traps, Kelder would probably go start scouring the shelves for books and knickknacks and anything interesting or use.
What kind of character is Merrick?
He's a monk.
Okay.
Does there look to be if there's an extra crowbar laying around, I would, after my experience at the door, try to.
Yeah, there's a crowbar. Yeah, you'd be able to find that tool, no problem.
Oh, we'll add that to my character sheet.
Is there a lantern?
Yes, but there's no oil.
Any
Can I
spell
take
books?
a,
One at a time.
can I take the lantern though?
Yeah. And then Chad?
I'll
Any spell books or historical texts?
No. It looks like these shelves are very work-like. It's a very workman's area kind of shelving set. Basically, a
I
lot
got
of
you.
mundane tools. The boxes and barrels, they're shut. They probably don't have tools in them, so they might be worth checking. But it's a lot of supplies, and it's a lot of crafting tools.
Okay, so whoever Shaft's guy grabbed the crowbar, so I'd have him come help me open these chests and barrels.
Okay.
do so. I try to also use my divine sense. How I feel. Things do seem off. So.
For undeads. Okay.
Do I have to specify?
Well, no, it's undeads, demons, or celestials, if I recall
Celestials.
correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing.
I'm just trying to see if I get a weird feeling in here.
Sure. Yeah, nothing seems to be popping out and about. Seems like a very just pretty simple stuff here. There is as you're kind of maneuvering around the corner, Merrick, you do see that there's kind of like a little alcove there. Who said they lit the torch? It was Leon, right?
I lit a torch.
Oh, okay.
I have a torch lit though, because I
Okay.
can't see without.
I'll get Merrick. He doesn't have light. There you go, buddy. So you would see that there's like a small little alcove of shelving in the corner there. The shelves in here have just a bunch of different scrolls, and there's like triangle shelves that have been set inside of each of the shelves that hold the scrolls in kind of these wedges inside of each of the shelves. To the south, it looks like there's two paths. One that kind of leads to its own little alcove, and then one that kind of leads around the middle cross shelf in the center there. And then Pleasant, from your position, it looks like kind of heading down this way. If you were going to head south, it looks like there's another little alcove over that way.
Can I collect up all the scrolls? I'm not going to really nosy at them
Oh,
now,
it's
but I'm just going
hundreds.
to collect them up to look at. Oh,
Yeah, if you had some means of carrying them, like in a compact way, you might be able to, but it's very dry. So you think that the papers need to be handled with kind of a bit of care. That
I have
said,
a
do you walk in there to
backpack
start
and-
looking at them?
yeah, I'll have a nosy
Okay.
then. Picks.
The second you kind of step into the room, you see a glyph kind of appear on the ground, very quickly just ice out in kind of like a cold fire. And then after that fire kind of dissipates, you see walk out of the shelf to the northern side something very strange. 1 second.
Does it appear to be the celestial?
Your
Is
divine
Oris
sense
gonna
triggers.
die again?
Sorry,
Maybe.
your divine sense triggers, by the way.
Aww. Does it trigger for a demon or a celestial? Or a fiend, sorry.
It would
A
be
celestial
fiend.
fiend or Oh no. Vampire Count Strahd
So
on Zervis.
it appears kind of in that northern corner. It should be dropping any second here. I've been having trouble with Roll20 all day today, though. So bear with me. Goodness gracious, computer, for fuck's sake. I'm gonna try and drop another one. Probably drop 2 of them. It's just one though.
It is a.
Wow. Oh man, I am loving today. Today is wonderful. Today is magic.
Upon seeing the creature, Marek's just
There
going to
it
kind
goes.
of go.
So it seems to be a bipedal creature, except that its legs are basically just a font of shadow as it pulls out of this weird, strange hole, or out of the bookshelves themselves. And the creature kind of looks to you with kind of like a very menacing-looking face. Its hands enlarge to kind of a very large claw-like shape, and it appears to have tattered wings kind of spanning off the back of it. The thing that makes you most perturbed is that the edges of it and the essence of it seems to be transparent, like you can see through it to the bookshelf behind, like it's nothing more than a mote of shadow.
Good evening, can we not be civilized? Just looking at giving
Roll
me
initiative.
menacing.
Oh wait, don't roll initiative yet. Let me clear the board.
So you're about to die again?
Oh no, I have at least a high enough initiative to run away.
Okay, now roll initiative.
Plus 13. I rolled a 10.
Well played.
I'm not seeing an initiative. There it is.
Yeah.
Do I have to roll again?
No, I can add you. And then
The verb is
25.
fast.
Is my last name really Critidemus?
Yeah, but it shouldn't be showing it on there. That's weird that it is.
That's awesome. Leave.
Leon Critodemus, yeah. Let's see. Lewis, you rolled. And you rolled Kate and Shaft, you rolled Chad, you're missing.
Yeah, I was going to say, where are they? Because I'm
Yep, you're
pretty
up.
sure I'm in the same room they are.
Well, okay. Then I'll go ahead and put you here next to Critodemus.
That's right.
So now I roll initiative.
Yep. And last you checked, Elam and Phi were having a conversation. So they're just not here.
That works.
Typical bard.
Alright. Pleasant, you're up first. Beyond where Merrick's located and is backing out of, you hear a strange sound. It appears that he is engaged by some kind of hostility. If you want to be brave, you can charge in. If not, you can hold. Whatever you want to do.
I'm just gonna stand back and I'll get kind of closer, but I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna wait.
All right. Merrick, rather. Sorry. Go ahead.
Gonna move up to it, gonna punch it twice, and then key point to punch it twice.
Cool.
First,
That'll work.
second,
Okay.
third,
And
fourth.
fourth. All hit. One second here, hold on. So minus. Okay, so you see it appear, it kind of looks like it's hostile. You rush in, you punch it once, the punch doesn't seem to do much. The next punch, you hit it in the face, and it kind of causes its face to turn just slightly to the side, but egotistically very quickly turns its head back to face you. And then you throw 2 body blows into it, and it doesn't seem to affect it too much. It's like it's resisting your attacks. After your bludgeoning flurry of blows, how would you like to proceed?
That's it. I can't do much.
Okay.
That was my action, bonus action.
Kelder, you sound a Ki shout, or you hear
Oh yeah!
a battle cry from inside. It sounds like something's happening just down the way here. Oh my god, these cats.
Cute.
So cute.
We apparently have a dog now too, so that's cool.
Congrats.
I mean, I guess.
Is it a cute dog?
It's alright. She's cool. She's a terrier.
Why have I not seen any pictures of it?
I haven't posted any. I don't think Laura has either. It's her mom's dog, but nobody wanted her, so we took her.
So I'm going to move over here.
Yep, you
And,
see it. It's a shadowy form.
Right. And gonna throw a firebolt at it.
Yeah. Go for it.
21 hits,
Sure does.
11 fire damage.
Okay, 1 second. Fire, you said? Okay. Similarly to the body blows, it looks like it hits, but kind of only sticks a little bit of it, and the rest of it courses through, hitting the scrolls behind it. Oh. Roll a d100.
Okay. All right.
Would be more than fair, I think. Okay. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It seems to strike the shelf and not the scrolls, and the fire kind of pitters down to the ground. You're pretty sure that if you detonated on the scrolls, it would have ignited that section of paper.
Oh wow. Okay, so what did I? Do I feel like it did any damage at all?
It looks like it hurt it, but it looks like it resisted the blow.
Okay. Can I use my bonus action to turn my bow into 2 swords?
You can.
Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
So, Merrick, you see the spell casting come from the left hand as he holds the bow in one hand. Then he grabs the section of the bow and splits it into 2 swords. All right.
Impressive.
Then you
Can we not burn the historical items?
then you witness the ferocity of the demon. Um, doo, doo, doo. So it's just going to lunge at you with its pair of claws and swing in at you. I think. Yeah, sounds about right. Let's see. I clicked the roll button. It should be rolling. Does a 19 hit your armor class?
Takes 20
Yup.
to roll.
Okay. So, you feel this
Bye, guys.
kind of latent energy. Like, as it courses its claws through you, you're expecting to feel a physical wound, but you don't. It just passes through you like nothing. But as it strikes you, you feel like this certain kind of way about how it hit you. You look down at your chest for a second, and you start seeing these wounds start to blister open, and maggots start rushing out, and you're like, ah! And you take 18 points of psychic damage.
Bye, guys.
That's mega gross.
That's its attack. After attacking you that way, it will disappear back into the wall.
Oh god. Yeah.
How long does Divine Sense last?
Until the end of my next turn.
Okay, so it's concluded.
What about detect magic?
That lasts for a while, but magic isn't what we're dealing with here. Actually,
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Shaft, make a perception check. You said end of your next turn, so I'm going to give you a cool one here.
Perception. 1,000,007.
I'll give you advantage on it, so 11. You kind of notice that, like, it's blurring form, like the detection was kind of coming from where Merrick went to, but then you feel the form kind of like move, like as if it were in the walls next to you. Have you ever seen that movie Frighteners?
No.
Okay, well then never mind. But yeah, you kind of have this feeling that it kind of moves through the wall.
I'm gonna look it up. Oh, yeah, I don't like.
No. Yeah, you kind of get that vibe. It's your
How do I attack it?
You don't see where it's at. It went into the walls though, so if it's anywhere, it might be behind you.
They're in the walls, man. They're in the wall.
Foul.
It's game over,
Damn.
man. It's game over.
Well, I can't see its form at all.
No.
Guess I will. Yeah, I will cast Shield of Faith and prepare for its next.
Okay. So readying an action to attack it if it comes adjacent to you. Does that sound right?
That is correct.
Okay. Let's see. All right, you're up, Kate.
I don't know if I can do that, but I'd like to ready an action to cast Divine Smite.
Well, Divine Smite's not a casting spell. It's something you do upon hitting. So you'll just ready an attack.
Okay.
If it gets adjacent to it and you attack it, you can then trigger a smite off the hit. Okay. So Kate, you're up.
Yeah.
You watched as these weird claws slammed into him. You didn't see maggots or anything. That's all in his brain. But then you watched as it just kind of bled into the wall and disappeared. You don't know where it's at, but Leon's kind of looking behind him like he thinks it might be over there.
Can I just ready my crossbow?
Okay.
I don't really think I can do anything else since we can't see it, right?
Right. You get your crossbow out and kind of just trace around for it, waiting for it to appear. All right. Merrick?
Can I ready an action to run over, use my movement to get to it when it reappears and punch it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that then. I'll ready an action to move as close as I can to it and then punch it a bit.
Sure. Absolutely. Kelder, you are up.
All right, so you saw that thing melt into the wall. He sees the paladin getting ready to make an attack, and he sees the monk getting ready to make an attack.
And Pleasant.
And Kelder just sighs, use his bonus action, put his swords back together, and then use my action to ready an attack.
Okay. So because of alignment and directionality, Merrick will not be able to see the creature appear from where it's appearing. However, Leon, you will be able to get an attack. Because it's attacking you half in the wall and half out of the wall. It has cover, so +2 to its AC. And then Pleasant and Kelder, the two of you can fire as well. And same thing, it's got the half in, half out of the wall.
Cool, I want to attack it then.
Do it. It is adjacent to an ally as well for sneak attack, so that'll work. The arrow does kind of hit it and pull a bit of its shadowy form with it, but it doesn't stick into it or anything. It doesn't seem to be as effective as you were hoping. And Wind and Wave is magical. That'll hit. AC is not this thing's strong suit. Ooh, and that's real damage. That's all going in. Okay. You see the arrow that Wind and Wave launches stick in the creature and seem to kind of hold in it, and like this blood, just blackish blood kind of starts coming out of its form.
Kelder sees it stick in the thing and actually hurt it, and he sort of just like smirks to himself. Like, that's right.
And then Leon.
Can I just look over at Kelder real quick and roll my eyes?
Wipe that silly smirk off your face, boy. Smirk when the kill's done.
Hit as well. And your weapon is non-magical, correct? But you are smiting. So go ahead and...
Correct.
You should be able to click the smite. This is a demon, so you are going to get the bonus damage on it. If you don't have that option in your attack characteristic, just roll me 3d8 and burn a first level spell.
I thought you gave me a +1 sword on this character too.
I don't remember. If it's not on your character sheet, it's not on your character sheet.
Okay. I'm gonna cast this as second level.
Oh, so you're using a second level one instead?
Mm-hmm.
I need another d8 from you. Because you get an additional d8 if you're doing it against a demon. Alright. So as the arrows kind of hit their mark and you're kind of looking around, you hear the as Wind and Wave's arrow sticks into it. You turn around and see the open kind of wound that was left by Pleasant's light crossbow shot through its shoulder, kind of leaving a dissipating area of its shadowy form. You see it, you raise your blade and kind of strike down with it, the light of Atavius bursting in its form, and it just becomes nothing more than just embers of black and then ash that kind of slowly simmers down to the ground.
Foul fiend. It stood no chance against us. In the light of...
Nice.
Okay.
Kelder's kind of like shocked to see that sort of overwhelming force like follow him sticking it with the arrow. Like, he thought sticking the arrow was good, and then this guy just straight up explodes a demon with his sword.
Very cool. But yeah, the scrolls look like they're, kind of lined neatly in there, Merrick, as you're kind of listening to them congratulatorily discuss the defeat of the Shadow Demon. But the
Yeah, I'm
scrolls
just
look
gonna
like.
start
The,
going.
go ahead.
I'm just gonna start going through and see if anything is of value.
Sure.
I still have detect magic. Are any of them magical?
No. All
Okay.
all these scrolls
Did
appear
the
to
thing
be.
die?
Yes. Shaft killed it with the Divine Smite. He did 30 points of damage to it.
Christ.
Oh, okay. I was like, damn, how did it die already?
Yeah.
It's
Everybody
a
else
fiend.
bloodied it, and then he butchered it. But yeah, the stuff that's in here, these scrolls, as you kind of start looking at them, you start to realize that they're scrolls of pedigree, and also scrolls of death denouncement. So basically, this is kind of like a historical lineage of people. But upon looking at them, they don't look like they're people of high degree. Like they're not very noble individuals. They look like they're craftsmen and merchants. Very strange thing to find inside of a temple.
Is it the sort of stuff that people nowadays would want to have?
If if someone was particularly interested in the temple as a whole, cough shaft, yeah, it might be
Roll.
something important. You go over and check it out, and it would seem, as you're kind of looking it over with Merrick, that these scrolls are denoting craftsmen, specifically masons, who assisted in building this temple and assisted in building temples similar to it in the city of Ursulon, where you live, which used to be called Falcon Rest before it was taken over by its current lordship, and also in nearby smaller towns. A lot of the large cathedrals and large buildings and large statues to Octavius and the Faith were built by these people from this church.
Mamik's point of view is kind of more of a returning it to family that would be around still if it looks like there would be any family still alive.
Makes sense. Yeah, it would be hard to get all of these scrolls out if you don't have a bag of holding.
He'll leave them for now with the mindset of if he's got room, he'll take as many as he can.
Makes sense.
And then try and return the families. Kind of have the families have this thing of going, hey, look what my ancestors.
Okay. Yeah, there are still the barrels and such. There's a passageway that kind of leads south of where Kelder's located. It looks like there might be something around the way here as well. Of course, the tool shelves and such. And then there looks like there's a hallway kind of around the corner there that Kelder's kind of looking at that leads south and out as well.
Did we already crack all the boxes and barrels of?
Nobody's mentioned anything about opening boxes or barrels.
Leon's gonna leave.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Me.
I was asking Shaft to help me open the boxes and barrels.
I think Shadow did.
And then
Shadow Demon interrupted.
Yeah.
Okay.
As for the scrolls, I'm gonna take mental note of whatever just in case something happens to them, and then we'll send the lackeys down later to collect as many as we can.
Okay. There's plenty.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can just pick through them for the most important ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you say there's a small hallway near the barrels and stuff?
Yeah, there's a couple of them. There's one over by where Kelder's located. There's one that one down over this way as well. But
I couldn't see it before, so.
no worries. There's plenty of crowbars, by the way, if you want to break open the crates and barrels, if that's your goal. That sounded like
Some
that.
other people are already doing that.
Yeah, that sounded like that was your goal, Shav. And then
Yeah, after
okay.
take any extremely notable scrolls, then I'll start cracking the boxes for everybody.
Gotcha. Okay. And you can see okay, Kate, in that room that you're entering into? Or is your light gone?
I do not have a light, I don't think.
Okay, do you want to light a candle or that lantern you just got? I mean, do you have oil? Probably. You had a lantern before. I'll say so. That's fine.
Cool. I do have oil, by the way.
Perfect. So you're wasting a pint here, and you now have lantern light. And if you want to go back around that way, when you enter into this, it appears that there's a very small shrine. It's of a kind of a diamond pattern shape, and when you look at the shrine, it appears that there are 3 pedestals. 2 of them are empty, don't have anything standing on them. They look like they're ready to receive statues. but to the right of the room there is a single statue. The statue is of a maiden holding a cornucopia, and in her hand,
Oh shit!
like she's holding the cornucopia in one arm, and then with her left hand, it looks like she's just offering you an apple. The apple appears to be made out of marble. She appears to be made out of stone, closer to concrete.
You won't eat.
Can somebody come see if there's magic in this room?
Hey, help me!
Yeah, I still have the
Oh,
check up. So where are you?
Just like around the barrels.
Someone's
Okay.
catching Kate's audio. Sounds like
Yeah, sorry, that was. Yeah, okay,
Oh, okay. Sorry, no worries.
So this is the same.
okay. So I'm over here looking at these statues now. Is the apple magical?
I don't know. I was gonna ask you to detect magic on it.
Do I detect magic on the apple?
Magic is not present on the apple, but it does look like the apple is removable from the stone statue's palm.
Okay, I detect no magic on it. I very carefully lift it off the statue,
Like
Only trying to take my apple.
and I hand it to Pleasant.
I snatch it. Like these are the same 3 maidens though that I saw at the other shrine,
that
correct?
were
Like the
etched
same.
into the wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
You won't eat the apple.
The apple.
And he says there's no magic.
The apple feels like it's very, very smooth, very well polished, carved out of marble, single, just white piece of marble. The stone statue, not as well crafted, looks like it still had work to be done on it. But the apple seems very fine. You put that into your pocket.
Does it look?
Go ahead.
Does it look like you said the 2 other whatever they are empty? Does it look like there should be, like there used to be statues there,
Well,
or?
those were just like carvings on a wall, very small carvings on a wall behind an altar. And it looked like
Yeah, but in this room.
Oh, the other, it doesn't look like they've been built yet. Like, it looks like someone kind of was working on
Okay.
this one and didn't finish her, and then they were going to start working on 2 others. You presume the one with the bow and the one with the holy book.
Okay, I didn't know if we had like they were just missing or something.
Well, they are probably because of unfinished work.
Yeah, due to incompletion, not because
Right.
someone took them.
Okay.
I asked the bird if she needs anything else.
Not yet.
Leon.
Not yet, because I was gonna go back to smashing open barrels.
Well, Leon's
And-
going to be popping one, right? You said you were going to do so with a
Yeah.
crowbar. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Inside
all
the
of
crates, you find nothing besides these strange paper bags filled with what appears to be sand, like a grayish colored sand. The markings on it are in Dwarvish. Do you speak Dwarvish?
I think I do.
Are you teleporting through walls right now, Kate?
No, I'm going through the paths.
Oh, strange.
Did languages move on the character sheets?
They're in the bottom left. But hold on a second, Kate. If you're going to move around, there are things that could happen from moving to places. So I just want to be aware.
Sorry,
of
I'll
that.
stop moving.
Stop there.
I'll stop
We'll
moving.
discuss here in a second. Okay. So that said, inside of the boxes, weird, strange powder. Inside of the barrels, weird, strange liquid that fills them entirely. It's kind of a grayish colored liquid. It looks like just dusty water to you, but it looks like it was intentionally packaged this way, so that's strange. If you want to make an intelligence history check, you can go ahead and give that a go.
And what does the... I do speak Dwarvish.
It says
so what's the-
dwarf stone.
17 on history.
Dwarf stone is how dwarfs make their rocky outcroppings perfect. It's basically a human equivalent to concrete, except that it forms more like rock than concrete will.
Okay.
You mix it with
So
the
it's a
water.
cement mix.
It's
Yep.
basically like a weird stone epoxy, effectively.
Ooh, mix it.
All right.
I'll mix it if you
Makes
eat
it
that.
real good.
Just as you open
Don't
that,
stop.
You
Let's
hear
go pour it down that stairwell that Oris disappeared down.
well, real quick. You hear Kelder kind of ask Pleasant a question around the corner, and then come around and say, "What did you find?" And as you guys are talking about it, Pleasant comes around the corner, walks past you guys very quickly, and then you hear a very similar sound to when Merrick wandered into a place by himself. A
Fuck.
detonation of a rune, and you see another shadow demon appear out of the bookshelf. This is a bookshelf back in this corner, by the way.
Oh, okay. Fuck.
And there's a door, but there's also a shadow demon. Go ahead
Good
and
eating that.
roll your initiative.
Do I roll initiative, or am I
Every-
still in this?
Everybody will roll a new one.
The initiative from last time is still up, is that?
Yeah, it'll take it over because we're on the same map.
I got a 5.
I rolled a 1 if it makes you
Oh, jeez.
No, it's more my initiative bonus. It's just so stupid.
Okay, I have a question.
Shoot.
So my initiative, it says 9, but then it says 5 in parentheses on the bottom,
That's your
and I
modifier.
rolled a 4.
So the 5 is your modifier. That's what you add to your bonus.
Then
So
how did I get 9?
you rolled a 4 and you add 5.
Oh, okay.
And Kelder, you should be around the corner talking to Leon. I'm trying to move you over there. Because you came
Right there.
Because you came.
like right here. It's not pinging. Roll 20 is being great. Do you see Leon?
You see Leon.
Just put yourself
Yeah,
in
so
there.
it's right there.
Yep. Okay, it's your initiative. You can see down the hall. It looks like Pleasant's gotten herself in trouble again.
Okay, I can't see the bad guy yet, so I'm just gonna. I have my bow ready.
Ready
One.
in action to shoot it. If it-
2, 3. Now that I can see the demon, I shoot it with my bow.
Okay, let's take the shot.
And I mean, you made like an audible, worried sound. Okay. Something that
I think-
would.
Close.
I think
I
I
just
just
got
got that.
25
Ah.
hits.
Chad, stop doing it on purpose. You're doing it on purpose. 26 hits for 6 damage. Kate, go. What were you saying?
I think I just got in the room and then it popped up, so I don't think I made any noise.
Okay.
Oh, I was hoping she'd shout in Orz's voice.
It felt like the
Fuck.
two of you were basically battling. It was like Chad was like, I'm talking, and then Kate's like, I'm talking too. And then Chad's like, I'll wait for you. And Kate's like, I'll wait for you. And then Chad's like, I'm going. Kate's like, I'm going. And then. Alright, solid shot. The arrow does stick in the demon, as mentioned before. Merrick, just around the corner, it does sound like combat's ensuing, and Kelder, the elf, is apparently firing arrows in that direction. What would you like to do?
I'll go to there. See what I can see.
You can see the shadow demon in the
Can't
back
see
corner.
anything. No, I can't.
You don't see this over here?
Nope.
Okay.
So I'll move. He's aiming that way, right?
Yeah.
So I'll run my last 20 feet that way. Oh, hi.
Then crawl.
Well played, Roddy.
I'll punch twice and then key point punch twice more.
Okay. Hit. Miss.
Boom.
Not super effective. Alright.
Don't hit me, please. Hit someone else.
Pleasant, you have an ally adjacent to it. You have no weapon drawn at this point. Do you want to step in and grandmother, or do you want to shoot it with a crossbow?
The grandmother's a magical weapon, so will it be more effective than the crossbow?
Based on what you've seen so far, yes.
And then it has the arrow in it, right?
Yeah. there's
Already.
a magic arrow kind of stuck in it. Yeah.
Okay, so you know how he like went through the wall last time? If he has that arrow stuck in him, can he still go through the wall then?
We don't know yet.
Okay, I'm gonna hit him with the grandmother.
Okay. Step forward and attack.
Grandmama.
Just for future, could I potentially aim to punch the arrow? Because the arrow seems to do more damage, and just punch it further into him on a future time.
Maybe. That'll hit, and that does quite a lot of damage. As she comes in with this strange-looking scimitar weapon, Merrick, she cuts low and kind of cuts at the weird torso, no legs portion of it, and a lot of just black ichor starts splashing out onto the ground from the cut, and she kind of backs away, kind of grossed out by that, and it starts to kind of keel over a bit, bleeding. It is bloodied. It'll go to its initiative. Seeing the situation kind of devolving, it looks at the two options for attack. And seeing that uh, Merrick is wounded already, actually, I'll just roll.
It's
For it.
fine.
We're both wounded.
I'm just gonna roll for it. Yeah, they're both wounded. That's why my reasoning wasn't sound. I'm gonna roll. Just gonna go for pleasant, and let's see, claw attack. Does an
Oh boy.
Does an 18 hit? Yep. So you'll take 6 points of psychic damage. So what happens is the claws strike you, and you kind of feel this weird feeling of them passing through you. And as they do, you kind of look down at where they hit, and you just start seeing your feathers start molting off, and your flesh start bubbling with pustules, and you're like, ah! As your head kind of freaks out from it. After a fashion, you realize it's gone, but the agonizing pain therein. The two of you can make opportunity attacks as it moves back into the wall behind it. And we'll discuss.
So I take 8 damage, 8 hit points.
8 hit points of damage, yep. And you can make an attack for free at this point.
22,
Hits, damage.
8 damage.
Okay. 12 will miss. Okay. So your swing kind of cuts too short, not quite high enough into it to deal damage. As it backs into the wall, the arrow sticks into one of the books and just kind of holds there as the rest of its frame just kind of into the shadows of the bookshelf. And then Kelder, you see a shadow dart past over here in this direction. I'm trying to ping.
Interesting.
Did you see the ping? Did it ping?
What?
My pinging is not working. I'm having a mental break.
It is.
No,
It's
I
just
saw
super.
where it went.
Okay.
Okay, great. Perfect. Leon.
I haven't seen this thing at all yet, so I will use this action to cast Divine Sense again to try and get an idea.
It's right on
Where
the
it's
other
at.
side of the wall to your left.
That's to my left. Like
Yeah, if
here?
you go around the middle frame there. Nope, other direction.
So like by the
Other direction.
other way. Oh, hi there. All right. Well, Divine Sense is an action, so.
Yep. But you see him. All right. Do you want to get adjacent to him so if he tries to run away, you can cut him?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Cut that bitch.
You're gonna get cuts.
Kelder, Leon, do you say anything to? You say hello there. I believe that was canon. So
The
you have an-
fiend is over here.
You had an idea of where it went.
So they're over here.
Yeah, you had an idea of where it went. Now you know for sure.
Oh shit!
Right around the corner.
Right around the corner.
Whoops. Yeah, I couldn't see that. I didn't know how far around that corner went. But either way, Kelder comes around with his bow drawn and walks right into the demon and is like, "Oh shit!" Bonus action.
Split.
Yeah. But well, actually, yeah. Bonus action split and action to attack.
Sounds good. So Leon, you see him come around the corner with a bow. He splits the bow in half. Now both of the edges of the bows are scimitars, and he swings in with one of them.
That's almost as cool as Aaron Mill.
Hits damage. Okay.
6 slashing.
A light graze of a scratch across it. It does seem to bleed from it. All right, Merrick. Not sure where it went to, except for the screaming and the yelling and the hellos.
Um,
Yeah. Ah! You hear Kelder go, ah!
Max just go turn to the little bird person and just go, "Shall we wait here, little crow? It seems they have it handled." And then hold his action, waiting for it to reappear.
There's a door
If
right
it
there.
appears,
Do you
Yeah,
want-
That's
gonna
what I
go
want to
for
go
it.
through eventually.
he's gonna go for it if he can.
Are you going to really? So the door, it does look like it has a key lock, and you kind of move to it and try and open it. It is locked.
Who has the key ring again? Shaft does?
Yeah.
That's right.
Can I pick it?
You can try. It'll take
Yeah,
an
can
action.
I pick it?
You can try. It'll take an action to do so, or you can ready to help the other one.
Oh, pick it.
Give it a go.
What would it be, attribute wise?
It's gonna be dexterity. Okay.
That's a 12.
So you haven't played a thief in my game for a while. Just so you understand, thieves' tools have a total of 10 lockpicks per set that you have, that you've constructed. So you'd have 10 picks. When you fail by less than 5, you burn 1 pick. If you fail by more than 5 or more, you burn 2 picks. You'll be burning 2 picks. So your set now has 8 total picks.
Oof.
All right, Pleasant. It looks like he's having a problem with the door.
Step aside.
Watch how Master does it. Go ahead and give it a go.
Wait, which skill do I use again?
Dexterity. Thieves' tools, and then it'll be a dexterity check at the bottom. Oh, no. Even without her freaking skill modifier, she beat your ass.
Okay.
Hold on. Sorry, let me do it here. This is good. Unless you have a funny one, but so she just flips out one single pick, looks at it, looks at your broken picks in there, reaches in, twists it, and the door just pops open, and she just kind of hits it with her fist, and it just slides open.
Oh, I was gonna have Malik be petty, and just the whole time she was doing it, just going, "Fuck it up."
She does it in literally no time at all. Inside, it looks like the floor here is made out of a different, like lighter colored stone, and it looks like the back wall is completely bas relief, just etched stone. It looks like it's detailing a lot on that back wall. That might take some time for you to kind of go over and realize what's going on here. All right, the demon will strike out at. Looks like you two. Leon's wounded. I'll take him.
You can try.
You understand the technique and know that your shield and your armor aren't going to be as rigid against it. So as it comes in at you, you kind of fake that you're going to defend with your shield. And as it swings in at you, you kind of open yourself up so that it swings at nothing instead of at your form, kind of backing away from it, dodging the attack instead of taking it. It looks confused at this ingenuity, knowing what it can do, and it backs into the wall behind it. The two of you can make opportunity attacks. It has cover for the purposes of the attacks.
Not enough cover.
That'll hit. Do you want to smite with it?
Sure do.
Okay, go ahead.
There you go.
And then roll another d8 because it's a demon.
There it is.
Chad, did you take an opportunity attack? I didn't see it.
I did. I dealt 5 damage.
Okay, I see there now. Okay, so
Please tell me it's chatted.
if Chad, you had missed, it would have been chatted. But because you are Chad, the anti-Chad, you chatted, reverse chatted, and killed it. It dies, it becomes shadow, and just kind of splatters on the wall, and the books or the shelves there, kind of getting through the shelves as well to the other side. Okay.
Okay. Gross. So now all these like family scrolls are covered in demon blood.
And ash, yeah.
Nice.
All right. Marek and Pleasant, you see the chamber before you. The back wall, it looks like it has 3 maidens, one with a cornucopia and an apple, one with a bow and like a warrior's helmet, which I hadn't mentioned before, but I will now. And then the other is kind of like a matronly, like a high nun looking type, and it looks like all throughout the this bas relief on the back wall, it's a lot of ornate kind of designs, detailing some sort of like great gathering of people to these three maidens.
Is this another door by me?
It is. And then there are two smaller versions of the altars you've seen before. On one of them lies a dagger, and on the other lies an amulet.
Can Maverick grab both as he has nothing magical?
The amulet looks like it has the symbol of Atavius upon it,
Ooh.
and the dagger looks like it also has the symbol of Atavius upon it.
Can I take the dagger?
You take whatever you want.
I'll take both.
Pleasant's kind of focusing on the door, turns around, realizes her folly as the loot is picked up and taken without her ability to take it first.
I'm gonna put on the amulet and put the dagger in like a belt.
Okay. He
That's
tries.
fine.
So while Kelder's standing over here with the paladin, I realize I have a scroll case in my inventory, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it to him, and he can just stuff it with as many scrolls as he wants to take.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
I do so.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take the scroll case back at a later date, but it seems like right now this is gonna do you more good than me. And so none of these shelves have any like interesting books on them. It's all just scrolls.
None of the shelves that are in that back chamber, the shelves that they just popped in and found second shadow demon might, but the scrolls here that you find, you're kind of picking through them, and they're all very interesting. There's probably about 300 of them. I would say stuffing them in there and being as careful as you can, you'd be able to manage to get 30 of the 300 in that scroll case.
Why are you so obsessed with the scrolls?
Just I just tell him that if I was him, I would just sift through them and take the most important ones,
And with that
the
history
most
check,
valuable.
with that history check, you do manage to find the most important that kind of relegate what is present here, getting kind of a codex with those 30 of what's present, if that makes sense.
And Kate, Leon was sent down here on a mission to also obtain any type of knowledge you can about the temple. So.
Yep, and if you
Sure.
briefly read through them, I mean, you kind of get an idea that the people who were here, these masons, were basically responsible for constructing the temple that you operate out of in Ursulon. So, interesting factoids.
So after he gives him the scroll case to get those all packed up, he's gonna wander on back down to where Pleasant was, to where this other demon was,
Okay.
and start looking for books.
Yep. So the books on this shelf, they all appear to be prayer books, but they all appear to be formatted very similarly to spell books. As you're kind of looking over, go ahead.
I was gonna ask, is there any more similar to the one I found when we first walked in here? So when we first came in here, I found a prayer book and a spell book.
These are very
So
different.
there's more spell books to be found.
Yeah, these are very different. As you're kind of going through them, like they appear to be formatted like a spell book, but the spells that they're kind of alluding to, they're more prayers and rituals for
I got you.
divine casting.
Does it seem like all the books are basically just like repeating the same thing?
No, there is a lot of spell lore here. Make a religion check.
Can I use Arcana instead?
Not at all.
I'm also going to be obviously following along.
The religion check is mainly for him.
This is mainly for Chad, or
Yeah, Chad.
Okay.
You have advantage on the check. What'd you get?
19.
So the conglomerate was formed during the Fourth Era, which you're well aware of, knowing a little bit about the history of your faction. You remember that some of the earliest rules for spellcasters were adhered and basically meted out by very powerful spellcasters called invokers. Invokers were not clerics or priests. They didn't find their magic from faith. They weren't wizards. They didn't get their magic from the dark winds. They're basically white wind wizards. White mages.
They siphon like the root of their power is siphoned off from like
The
the
pit.
spirit of divine magic.
Correct.
Gotcha. Interesting. So I'm gonna start with that knowledge in hand. I'm gonna try and pick how many books are.
Probably about 40 total.
So I'm gonna try and take like the most important 4 I can
Okay.
suss out from this.
Yeah, there are some that kind of have duplicate spells, but most of I mean, pretty much all of them are. There are no duplicates per book. It looks like these are individual books crafted by
You
individuals.
said this is the prayer book. Are these similar to the prayer book I found earlier?
These are invoker books. No, the prayer book you found upstairs was different. It was more rituals. Yeah. These are full-on cleric spells and paladin spells that can be cast out of the books. Yeah.
All right. I'm definitely going to. Like I know it's not necessarily something inside the rules, but that is something I would definitely like to get into.
Sure.
So I'm going to hang on to these books and I'm going to study these books. I'm
Perfectly
going to
fine.
see how I can arcanify these books.
Perfectly fine. Plus, at the door that you're approaching, it is locked, but you're on the side where you can unlock it without any use of keys or locks.
Okay. Okay, I'll unlock. I'll open it then.
Okay. It leads to the hallway that connects to the main chamber, the white floored hallway that you've passed a couple of times now. And the hallway looks
Sick.
like it's long and kind of descends down a ways. If you want to continue on in that direction. Also, at this moment, Kelder has this moment of, oh wait, do you remember why you came down this way? Chad, who left?
We haven't gone down this hall, have we, though?
No, you haven't, but
Didn't we have another companion with us when we came?
Fi and what's his face are still at the upper
Yeah.
entrance.
but nobody knows that Oris is dead. Kelder hasn't told you where he's at, so you don't know where he's
Would
at.
Marcus see?
What the? Come on,
I s-
Keldor.
I saw
Marcus-
him like go down, but I left after he went down.
Yeah, so that's something Kelder probably might want to mention as he's studying through books, but everyone else is kind of focused on other things. And just as a reminder, Chad, you came down here for a reason, right?
I did. Sorry, we got distracted by demons
And water and
And
stuff.
water.
and academic discoveries, but yes.
It's fine. Oris doesn't care. He's dead.
So yeah, I'm packing up those books and I say, by the way, Oris disappeared. We don't know where he is, and I think something bad might have happened to him.
And you just left him?
Well, I initially came down here to tell this to you guys, and then those demons started coming out of the wall.
Alom and Phi kind of return back into the room with you. I'll move their tokens here in a second. But as they do, Kelder, you feel this strange urging at your backpack and your pack, and the Butcher's Bride flies out of your bag and slams into Alom's hand, and he looks at it confused. Like he raised his hand like instinctually and caught the hilt of the weapon.
Kelder kind of glares at him. Who is this guy?
Alom.
Who is
Alom.
This is
the
Zaxby's.
bard?
This is that.
Right. Yeah. Kelder's kind of suspicious about that.
He looks at it. What is this?
That is an artifact by the name of the Butcher's Bride.
Well, here,
It's been
have
in
it
our
back.
possession.
Here, have it back.
Okay, that's not gonna work, but you can try.
What? What are you talking about?
Go ahead and throw it. Go ahead and throw it.
He
See what happens.
hands it to you.
Okay. Kelder takes it and puts it back in his pack.
Right back into his hand.
Is his pack just ruined with 2 knife holes in it?
No, it just flew out the side. It came out nicely.
So yeah, so Kelder shrugs and he says, so that's how it's gonna be from now on.
So strange. Okay.
At
Try.
least until it doesn't like you anymore.
What does
Is
that
that the
mean? The Butcher's Bride. It's basically a big hatchet that's been passed through 3 party members already.
That's not the dead guy's axe, though.
No.
No, it's not. It's
Do we need to be
complicated.
worried that there's a javelin about to fly through?
He seems very confused by the matter. Fi kind of nods her head, like just despondently, not concerned. Very
Right, pretty much. Like, okay, like it's the butcher's bride is not my problem anymore.
yeah.
So, and then I
Right.
reiterate what I said about Oris. I said he's most likely dead. He was down there for some time.
Do you want to go
It's
check
just a
this?
matter of going. It's
Hmm,
yeah, but I'm not going to go do it myself. I don't have the
Good
means to
check on
breathe
it.
underwater.
Okay. So if you as a group agree, I mean, you can head that direction. There's the path before you, this weird white path that leads on. And there's also other pathways that were at the entryway that you have not explored. There's a couple of different passageways in this chamber alone that you haven't passed through yet. Well, there's one actually, just the one. You haven't come around the corner to this side of it. On the other side of the.
Right. Does this hallway lead back to where I came from?
This white hallway?
Yeah.
No.
Or is that? Or were we were upstairs, weren't we?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'll collect whatever books I can that are relevant to, and then grab a bag of the sea.
Okay.
Can Maverick just spend a bit of time whilst everyone else is busy just drawing the
The mural?
not the mural, drawing copies of the grandmother, the butcher's bride that he's just seen in the Wind and Wave?
Sure.
Because he would have noticed that they're odd.
Yeah, they are very strange. To be sure.
Can I go down this hallway?
One at a time.
Go ahead.
Can I go down this hallway?
Yeah. Well, so the hallway that you're trying to go down, that just comes around to those statues we talked about.
Oh, lame. Okay.
Yeah. This hallway over here on the left side is the one you haven't gone down, and there's a door at the end of it.
Is it locked?
The door is locked, but it looks like the keyhole has 3 slots around a single hole. Do you unlock the door?
Yeah.
Okay. You're in the wrong position. Let me go ahead and put you where I'm talking about. I'm sorry. Whoosh to the left side. Sorry, the map is kind of slow for me, and so it looks like you're going the right direction. I'm describing the thing rightly, but then you appear somewhere else because goofiness. When you open this door, it's a dead end. Looks like you see another one of those flat altar platforms. On the back wall, though, there's an image of a demon, very similar to the shadow demons you've seen kind of birthed out of the books and the like. And sitting out on the table is a book. Do you stay back or do you approach it?
I'm gonna approach it.
Okay, as you do, on the floor, a glyph appears, it detonates, and out of the wall where the shadow demon is comes something quite different.
Oh shit!
Did I grab the book though?
No. As you stepped in, basically, the thing appeared. You
Oh.
you can try to grab it before when we get into combat, but yeah.
And where is this in relation to us?
Around the corner.
Bottom left.
Over here?
It's somewhere around that part.
Or like down here?
The first one.
Down there.
Second one.
Yeah. Okay. I'm confused. I'll figure it out.
The second point that you pointed at.
I got you. I'm not even sure how to get down there though.
The creature that basically starts to fill out the entire room has massive bird wings, whitish gray in color, a massive, just pharaoh-looking beak, huge claws, and pharaoh-looking claws at its toes as well. And it steps out of the wall on top of the thing, and is quite massive. It's not of a small size or stature. It literally starts to fill out the entirety of the room. It hunches over the demon that came out of the wall, yeah. It hunches over the book and looks at you with kind of like this sad, kind of just malicious look. And if my stuff will load correctly, it'll appear there, and we can start rolling initiative. Oh, cool. There it is. You see it now?
Yeah. I was gonna say the feather that I grabbed earlier that was on the shrine. Is this the same feather from this bird?
It doesn't appear to be. Yeah, the one you have is kind of gold eagle. This is like grayish white. All right, guess what time it is?
Game over time?
Should we roll a 20?
Time for me to die.
I rolled a 19 on my initiative.
Well played.
The beast of 33 on a nat 20. That's amazing. What else can you use to boost your initiative?
Holy shit! A 32? That's insane.
I know.
That's pretty BS.
Who am I missing? Oh, Pleasant, you haven't rolled initiative yet.
I did. I got a 10.
Oh, okay. It's
I can roll again if you want.
Yeah, go for it. It's not adding. I don't think you have your token selected when you're rolling.
Did that work?
Yeah.
I forgot I have to click my
It's
person first.
fine. Merrick, you hear the sounds of kind of like weird arcane energies or foul, like cultish energies being emanated down the hallway, some distance away. Yeah.
Which direction?
It sounds like it's coming from over this way. My ping
Cool.
worked.
I'm gonna run 40 foot, and then I'm gonna step of the wind as a key point to bonus action dash.
Okay.
I'll dash down 25 foot. You can get to here, and then I'm gonna punch the.
Sure.
Never mind.
So we see this
Okay.
crazy guy just go tearing off down the hallway.
Yeah, and you come in, you punch it square in the face, and then you kind of jump up and slap kick it, kind of like a roundhouse spin, and it doesn't seem to. It's like you're kicking a block. You do nothing to it.
Run, little crow, run!
Kelder.
I follow the crazy man.
That makes sense.
All right, so I can see a slice. What I have? Do I still have swords?
Yeah.
Okay, so I still have swords. So that was my movement. I'm going to use my action to cast haste on myself.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move another 30 feet and get in there and use my hasted action to attack, and then use my bonus action to make an offhand.
Yeah, but you need to be able to move out of that threatened square as well. There's no space for you to stand in that room besides or in their squares, so you'll need to back out as well. You cannot end in their space.
Okay, well, it looks like what we're going to do is use my bonus action to fucking turn it back into a bow and use my haste action to shoot.
All the cool kids are already in melee, man. Take the
Not
shot.
me.
That'll
18
work.
10 piercing.
Okay. The creature takes the shot to the arm. It sticks in it, starts bleeding a little bit. Doesn't seem too terribly concerned by it. And it says something in a very strange tongue, kind of gutturally, still looking at Pleasant. All right, speaking of Pleasant.
Bird talk. Bird talk.
Can I back up and use this browbeat?
The browbeat only works if I attack you. So
I can use it in
response. Yeah. So when I attack you, you browbeat in response. So if you want to stay in there and fight with it, then after. Go ahead. Or
I was just.
oh, okay. Sorry. We keep doing it. If you go out of the room without taking the disengage action, it gets an opportunity attack, and then you can browbeat in response to that. But you can only browbeat when it attacks you. It's a reaction to do so.
So could I move behind
Yeah.
Lewis and use my crossbow?
Well, you can. You've got your sword out. You could go ahead and slash it on the way out.
Oh, I can attack and then use my second move to like back up.
Yep.
Or whatever. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that'll work. So a total of 21 damage. Pretty good. All right, and then you're going to move away from it. You're not taking the disengage action, is that correct? So I get to attack you, and then in response to that, you get to browbeat me first. So go ahead and click your browbeat.
We can't hear you.
It's okay. She should be clicking a spell.
What level do I cast at?
First level is fine, or whatever's lowest level. Sure. So, and then your DC is 14, and sneak attack won't apply to this, it's just the psychic damage.
And am I proficient in intimidation?
It's one of your. Is it one of your skills?
It has a check mark next to it.
Then yeah. So it will do an additional amount of damage. I think you add your proficiency bonus to the psychic damage dealt by the spell. Okay, so wisdom saving throw from me. Hold on. You see, as the spell you're casting the spell at it, this aura of like demonic runes appears around its crown, seemingly blocking the spell. I'm gonna roll the resist. I roll with resistance, so I have advantage on the saving throw. Oh my gosh, computer. Just click the roll. Alright, so I still rolled really low, so it gets through, and then I'll be making my attack against you with disadvantage because browbeat. Alright. 9 will miss. So yeah, you can stay where you're at, or you can keep moving. Your call, entirely up to you. After are you staying or going?
I just moved back one more.
Okay. So then on its turn, its wings kind of like shuffle forward, and you start to see the spiny protrusions on its demonic skin kind of start to bubble and pustulate, and then a bunch of spores start emitting out from its wings and its chest. 5, 10, 15, so you're still within range at your current position. I need Marek and Pleasant to both make a Constitution saving throw.
Nanty.
Pretty good. And Pleasant?
Where is that?
Constitution saving throw. It'll be up at the top left under saving throws and con. You see it? Okay. And she rolls a... not so good. Alright.
Oof.
So as you start to breathe in the spores, you can feel them kind of choking inside of your throat. You take 5 points of poison damage. You are poisoned, which means you have disadvantage on all attack rolls and skill checks until you're no longer poisoned. And at the start of each of your turns, you will take a D10 poison damage. At the end of each of your turns, you can make another saving throw to try and get rid of the poison.
So am I poisoned until I get rid of it, or is it over after X number of turns as well?
It lasts until you die or you save. Yeah.
Neat.
Is Mavic okay?
You saved, you're fine.
I have like this thing over my beak. I should have advantage.
Even with advantage, your 3 is terrible. All right, and then as a bonus action, it places its finger on the ground and draws a mark, a very short, simple mark. Pick a representative for your party, whoever you want to be the one to blame. I need that person to roll a D100.
I'll do it.
Yeah, I blame Lewis.
All right.
66.
It carves the rune. You start to see this kind of pulse of like demonic energy appear, and then it just stops glowing, and you see the look on the Brock become even more like annoyed. Just I don't even want to be here, like kind of deal. All right, Critidemus. It sounds like a lot's happening in the other chamber, and you're not.
Yeah,
doing
no
anything
shit.
fun.
I'm just standing here.
You're
I have
just
been.
tapping his foot.
What's up,
whistling.
guys? What's the other room? Is that the other room?
If you go north to here,
Oh, found it.
and then around the corner, so it'd be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. If you dash, you can get adjacent to it. If that's your dream.
So does Fi not get a fight in this?
I'm just holding them back and downplaying the combat, so it's easier to deal with. It's supposed to be
Okay.
1d4 shadow demons per one of the rooms for a party of 6, but I just 1 is fine.
Has it been? My shield of faith is probably gone. It was 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Busted
Shield of
open
Faith.
the crates.
Shield of Faith is concentration 10 minutes. I would say so. Yeah, by this time it's gone.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'll cast it again though, since it's a bonus action.
Yep. So action dash and bonus action Shield of Faith. All right, Merrick.
Yep.
I'm just gonna punch it
Okay.
twice and then key point punch it twice.
Sounds good. Miss, 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 miss. You just start slamming into its, well, actually, one of those hits, sorry. Yeah, the 15 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh.
So you hit, and then you hit, and it kind of gets through, but it doesn't really do much. And then you're just punching the outer shell of it, and it doesn't seem to be doing much at all. It's literally not even paying attention to your existence. Kelder.
I was totally going to get in the melee range, and then that thing started gassing up the room. Do those spores look flammable?
Oh, the spores just kind of snap out and then just dissipate.
Oh, so it's not poisonous
it's not
in there anymore?
It's not an AoE.
Right. Well, I'd still have to turn my bow into swords. That just wastes a bonus action.
There's still
Shoot.
there's still no space because Leon actually ran in.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm just going to shoot it twice.
Go.
Stay where.
Hit, miss. Damage.
5 damage.
Okay. Solid. There's 2 arrows kind of just grouped on the left shoulder. It looks like you're the one who's actually dealing damage to this thing. All right.
And that's it for me. Like, I can't. There's really no point. And if somebody goes down, I can step in and
Yeah.
But for now, I'm just going to stay back, keep shooting.
Hey guys, remember we can combine our weapons.
It's true.
We'll make a
That is
melee.
true.
So, you have not rested since the last time you have done it, Kate. So it is coming to your turn. I just want to let you know you will not be able to click and activate. Kelder, you
Everyone
have
else
not
can.
done it yet. and neither has Oris, but he's dead. The other two people who have those weapons are up and away. And,
Wait, Oris is dead?
Yeah.
No,
What?
he's just missing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have not confirmed that, but that is the prevailing theory.
Right. So Pleasant, it doesn't look like that's an option for you at this point. Tactically, what you'd be easiest is pop into Mark Square, attack, bonus action disengage, pop back to where you're standing. But you are poisoned, so you'll be making that attack with disadvantage. And at the start of your turn, you're taking 3 points of poison damage.
So I have 8 health.
We've got a paladin, should be okay.
Sure.
But he's not near us.
Yeah, he is. He's right. He's down below.
Oh, I'm in.
He's
Yeah,
adjacent to
yeah.
it.
But I go on 5, so you're gonna be dead before then. Just be.
I can't use my weapon, but someone else can still combine with me, right?
Right, just not on your turn. So we're trying to figure out what you're going to do with your turn. The main issue is you're poisoned, so you cannot get sneak attack.
Yeah.
So if you're just popping in, swinging with your weapon, popping out, that's your turn. You'll be making a single attack with Grandmother at disadvantage.
Can't I just use my... All my weapons will be at disadvantage, right?
Yeah, but from what you can see, the monk's fists aren't doing anything. The magic bow is. So it seems like the same thing that the demons had before. Magic weapons work, non-magic weapons don't.
Okay, so I just like run up,
Hit,
slice
disengage,
them, disengage,
pop
and run back. And then I have to roll for my poison check
back at the end of your turn. Yeah.
at the end of the turn. Okay, I'll do that. Do I have to move my character? Or...
No, you can leave it as that.
Okay.
Go ahead and just make an attack with Grandmother, and then make a Constitution saving throw. So you miss with Grandmother, and you succeed on your saving throw. So you kind of like swing, kind of like blurrily, and then hop back. And once you do, you kind of spit this nasty green phlegm out, which kind of seems to be kind of pulsing with these little demonic barbs. And you kind of, and then you feel fine. All right, it'll go to it. It kind of
So
looks. Go ahead.
I'm not poisoned anymore, right?
You are no longer poisoned. Correct.
Cool.
And thank you for using the icons on your token. That's really helpful. It kind of looks to you all kind of despondently, just really annoyed, just bored with this whole thing. And then it kind of just opens its mouth. Everybody make a Constitution saving throw.
Please, no.
God, you guys are rolling really good, except for Kate.
Not me.
So Kate and Chad, this scream kind of barrels down the echoing. They're kind of below it, so they're not hearing it as deep. But you two are stunned for the turn.
Does that mean I lose concentration?
Stunning does not kill concentration, I don't think. But I'm going to go ahead and make a ruling on it. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw to see if you can kind of focus your brain on it and it alone.
Does that mean we just lose our next turn?
Yeah. So haste will pop. Yeah.
So I don't get to do anything next turn anyways.
Yeah. Well,
Thankfully I'll be stunned, so...
Joke's on you. I wasn't gonna do anything.
yeah, it won't go turn to turn. It won't like ready for the next one. All of the slowing and everything happens on one turn. Haste and the locking. Perfect. It kind of looks down at you guys as it does that, and it raises its claw and swipes once at Leon.
You can try.
18, does it hit?
Nope.
You get your shield in the
22.
way. It kind of smashes against the stone wall. A lot of strength behind the swing, by the way. It's very, very powerful feeling. All right. Leon, it is your up.
Oh. I kill it.
Okay. Well, it's dead now. And congratulations. That's a good
Might
job.
it. Attack.
Yep. He said he killed it.
Did.
15 will hit. And you said you're going to smite?
I will smite.
Okay. What level spell are you using?
Just one.
Okay. So it'll be a total of 3d8. So there should be a subsection that says versus other. But yeah, roll another d8.
Yeah, it doesn't want me.
That's
I
weird.
didn't see anything.
I'll try and see if I can't figure it out. But yeah, roll another d8.
I did.
So
Sick.
15, 22 total. Okay. Very solid hit. Very, very solid hit. It looks at you now a bit more annoyed, but still kind of just
Good. I'll attack it again. Then.
go for it.
I kind of look surprised that it didn't kill it in one hit like the other one, although
Yeah.
it's kind of weird. And
That'll work.
may the power of Octavius smite this. Yeah, it doesn't. It just gives me different levels though.
I have the power of Octavius and anime on my side.
So one more d8.
Yeah, I won.
42 points of damage on one turn. That's pretty good. All right, Merrick. Demons is what you fight.
Punch, punch.
Wait, it
punch,
didn't.
punch.
It didn't smite.
Didn't kill it. It's bleeding though.
Now, Lich Lord, because Octavius didn't give me the power.
No, it feels like he's helping you do the smiting. It just, you're not getting it all the way through. It's pretty powerful. 3 of those hit. Go ahead and give me damage for them. All right. Seeing your opening, you kind of look at the attack as it cuts into it. You see a wound there. You kind of jump up and see the back of a cat's head. You strike with your fist at the wound. It kind of causes it to part a little bit. You bring a knee up into that section of the thing, and then as you're kind of backing away, you snap up and around with a foot that catches it in the face. And somewhere in there, you kind of tried to do like another punch that just went right between its legs. Kelder, you are...
Was aiming for the goal.
Kelder, you're stunned. Pleasant, you're stunned. It goes to the rock. Annoyed even more at this whole situation. It's just going to start recklessly beating the crap out of the paladin. 24 to hit and 21 to hit. Do those both hit? Shaft?
On me?
Yeah.
I got 22s.
Okay, so then the first one hits, the second one doesn't. Alright. It kind of reaches down and kind of grabs your shoulders with its claws and pulls apart. You feel it kind of enter into your tabard and kind of underneath your gorget, or above your gorget, and kind of pull. And so you're kind of bleeding a little bit from the 14 points of damage it deals to you. And then its beak snaps down to bite at you. You drop down and kind of raise your shield up and bat the under portion so the beak doesn't fully open to bite. Alright. Leon, you're up. I can see the gleam in Chad's eye. He's like, God damn it, that could be me. I love paladins.
I do fucking love paladins. They're so awesome.
I can just see the gleam in your eye as this paladin's facing off against demon storages.
It's like, do you want to be a space marine? Play a paladin.
Yeah. So you're up, Leon.
Oh, I'm sorry. I see what you're talking about. There is actually a spy or something.
For Smite Demon.
Undead.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, we're obviously in pain. I'm gonna swing it again with the power of Octavius.
That'll hit. Don't worry about your smiting.
Okay.
How do you want to do it? Or do you want me to describe it for you?
You're better at it.
Alright. So as you bat the beak up with the shield, and you kind of hear like the resonance of the stunning screech kind of emanate back, and the consciousness of your friends kind of snap back together. These punches getting landed in, it kind of moves it aside. You move your blade up and kind of bring it in to its neck, drag it down, and as it's kind of bleeding from its neck, you just kind of raise the blade up into its long throat and then up out its beak mouth.
See, that's way better.
You're like holding it up there, you're raising the sword, and you just let it slump down to the ground. As it does so, it dissipates into just demon blood and ashes. The book that it was protecting, laying perfectly clean in a circle of cleanness in the residue of the demon's death.
I snatch it.
Merrick
I
grabs the
slap
book.
his hand.
What does he grab?
There's
32 initiative.
the book the demon was protecting.
Ah, it's my book.
I snatch it.
Everybody make a d20 roll, see who grabs the book first. I guess it's on the
I
table.
guess like Kelder's just sitting there like looking at them two, and he's like, what would either of them do with the book?
So Pleasant somehow manages to sneak
Hell
past
yeah.
you all and have the book, and she's in between the two of you looking at you like, it's my book.
I look at Leon and go, beat up the bird, take the book, and look at the bird with like a menacing look, but with like a smile, clearly joking.
What kind of book is this?
So the book appears to be like bound in some kind of strange leather. The more you kind of, thumb it and touch this substance, you start to realize that, oh, holy shit, this is a person's skin. And as you kind of turn the book over, you see that the person's skin, it happened to be the back of their head on the front of the book, and the front
That's
of their
metal
face on the back of the book.
I'm glad I didn't get that shit.
There appears to be a keyhole inside of the open lips, and then the eye holes have diamonds set in them.
What the fuck?
Can I pry?
You could pry.
Yeah. Kelder's not gonna let her do that. He's not gonna just stand there and let her deface a book like this. Like this.
Bro, he's already literally defaced.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Literally.
the fun power, defacing the book. That's exactly what she does. She just cuts the face out.
I want to make sure something abundantly clear. Kate, after that pun, you can play Dungeons and Dragons with me anytime. that is top tier.
Yeah, you win D&D.
That is
Congrats.
top tier. He is already defaced. She manages to pry one of the diamonds out. It doesn't seem to have any effect on the book or anything to that effect. There isn't a lock on this side. There's just kind of like a weird kind of clicking, kind of closed. But there's not a lock on it. It's just like it clicks closed. You pop that open and open up the book. In the very first page, it says, hold on a second. This is important. Manual of Bodily Health.
Yeah, that seems fitting.
It looks like the ink on the page was inked in blood. And as you start flipping through the book, there's a lot of different designs and drawings of the human body, of other creatures' bodies, demons and the like. It just looks like a very long description of how bodies work and exercise techniques and the like. If you want to read the book, it will take you some time, but it does look like there's a lot of material inside that would be useful knowledge if you were to take it in.
I'll read it later.
Okay. If you attempt to do so, it takes a total of 48 hours of a period of 6 days to read the book.
It's a big commitment.
Gross book.
I could read that hella quicker.
No, that's the rules. 48 hours over the course of 6 days. Mandatory.
I look at Mary.
Alright?
It's a nice amulet you got there. When did you pick?
I'll sell it to you, good man. At a later date.
Selling godly relics doesn't seem kosher.
I'm not a very kosher person at times.
Okay.
Some deeds must be done to allow for deeds of others.
I pull out a bag with 150 gold in it.
The grouping of you kind of gather together, move back to the other two members of the party who are kind of sitting there. When you get to them, you notice that they're not just standing there talking. They came in, they did the butcher's bride thing, then they kind of stayed in that middle room there. I didn't move them though, but it does look like they had some sort of combat as well. And Fi explains to you that they were attacked from behind by some sort of shadowy demon as well. Having
From behind.
engaged their conflict with them. Now they look like slightly wounded, but not terribly much. Elom says, you said Oris was missing. I heard you say that. Can we go and try and find him and recover him? Unless you want to continue further into this place. But I feel like if he's all alone, that could be trouble.
Oh, I'm almost positive he ran into trouble before I came to find you, which is why I came to find you.
Oris
I was
is
waiting for him to
struggling.
return, and frankly, it was taking entirely too long. So I'm more than happy to show you where he went.
He is a water guy.
The grouping of you kind of head that direction and end up at the place where he submerged, the steps down into the water below. And once you arrive there, you kind of look at it and are kind of coming to the decision as to whether or not you're going to delve deep or stay up above the surface. And I'm going to say that's where we're going to end for tonight. We did start a little late, I understand, but I do want to make sure we close close to around 9:15 as possible. And thanks for watching. And I'm going to have a short discussion with you guys shortly after we close out the session. Stopping the stream. Here goes.